Welcome back to an episode of WNN, your source for the music production news. We've got a lot of interesting things happening. One plugin is quickly shaping up to become an Infiltrator and Shaperbox competitor. We also have some very important news regarding AI and music copyright. Before we get started, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here to stay updated with the music production news. We've got some good news today, guys. Lunacy Audio has released another module for their plugin Beam named Volt. Beam is a multi-effect plugin that costs $69, normal price $99. The most attractive feature on release was its graphic user interface. Wow, that is sexy. Most resembling a Final Fantasy node system. It features a granular engine, convolution reverb, and filters, but they've actually added a few more modules since then, one before this and another one now named Volt, which is a dynamic distortion module. It's shaping up a little bit to be a bit of a... It's shaping up a little bit to be an Infiltrator competitor, dare I say. I don't know if it's quite there yet, but it's getting there. And, that user interface does kind of, help a bit. It does help a little bit. So obviously the goal of a multi-effect plugin is to just spice up the sound of whatever you're working on. Combining effects in creative and unique ways in order to just get a completely different sound. It features pretty complex modulation as well as an interesting routing system. It is a 3-in-1 distortion module that you can utilize in combination with their other effects. It combines analog-inspired saturation, multiband compression, and digital bit shaping with a dynamic feedback delay network, claiming it can add warmth, punch, and unpredictable resonances to any signal. Now note, in order to use this, you need their plugin Beam, so do not buy this on its own. You need to make sure you have Beam first. So think of it as an expansion pack or DLC, whatever you want to call it. That's funny, they actually have a heat knob. I haven't seen a heat knob since Kyle Beats' Drip plugin. But hey, they are telling you what it is on the surface, so it is not misleading. The heat knob is a warm, asymmetrical tube-like saturation, providing anywhere from gentle coloration to thick amplifier-styled fuzz and overdrive. And then the crush knob is the digital bit shaping, which gives you crunchy digital artifacts and edgy textures, which can range anywhere from bite and crispiness to glitchy bit-crushing chaos. And then the charge knob is multiband compression, which range anywhere from subtle brightening to a more pronounced shimmering lift with mild saturation. Then the feedback delay network is a dynamic feedback system inspired by the organic feedback resonance of guitar amps. And this can range anywhere from sculpting tight, controlled saturation to expansive reverb-like resonances. So it comes with the node that you can use in Beam, as well as 75 Beam presets and 30 Volt presets, distortion algorithms, cabinet impulses, and it's also a standalone plugin, but that will not be available until April 2025. You can actually utilize this without Beam, but not until April 2025. Just a reminder, you have to own Beam in order to use this until April 2025, okay? Don't get confused, don't be stupid. Let's check out the video.
Flip the switch and flood the circuit. This is Volt, a new distortion from Lunacy. Unlock a chain of analog amp emulation, multiband compression, and feedback delay networks. Supercharge your bass. Overdrive your drums. Electrify your sound. Volt. Available now in Beam.
Pretty impressive trailer in my opinion. They showcased the sounds, it was quick, it was to the point, no complaints really. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? In our next story, this is a pretty fucking dumb one. LANDR has released their first ever mobile app, which combines AI mastering, distribution, and other collaborative tools. I know this is a stupid story, guys, but maybe there's something good here. I don't know yet. So it's an app you have to pay for $9.99 a month in order to use. And they're describing it as a groundbreaking update, giving creators everything they need to manage their workflows from anywhere. Why does it cost money though? One thing I don't understand is who is finishing songs on their phone. I feel like you almost always, 99.99% of the time, are finishing a song on your computer and then you upload it from there. You need the artwork and stuff. I mean, it's a lot of things coming together in order to finish a song. I feel like people are generally not doing it from their phone. I guess they are making it easier for people to, master their slop music that was made on a phone. Not that all music made on a phone is slop, but let's be honest, the majority of it probably is. So with the app, you can use their AI-powered mastering engine. You can also distribute music to over 150 platforms. You can also share audio, images, and videos with fellow collaborators. And also there's a tool to provide detailed timestamp feedback via a built-in messenger. I mean, I guess that's kind of cool on the surface, but how many people are really going to be using this? I mean, if you and your collaborators both happen to be using this, I guess it could be kind of nice. Okay, so they've said here, we understand that today's music creators are increasingly mobile and need intuitive and powerful tools that adapt to their workflows. This is a game changer for musicians who need to stay creative and connected whenever creativity calls. All right, how many of you are excited about the LANDR AI-powered phone app? Come on, guys! Don't you want to make some slop music on your phone and then have your slop music AI slop mastered, and then you can message your slop back and forth with your friends, and pay money for the slop? In our next story, we have something that is being called a multifunctional MIDI computer. We're just getting closer and closer to just making controllers into computers at this point. DAWless will soon just be DAW. Anyways, this thing is called the MONOLIT. I'm assuming it's supposed to be like monolith. So prepare yourselves. This thing is $750 fucking dollars. And they're sold out. Yeah, it's definitely giving me some teenage engineering vibes here. The damage teenage engineering has done to music production will never be undone. Everything it has to look sleek and cool. Features, that's not so important. What we really need is it to look sexy. Can I have sex with the device? You know, that's what's really important here. One thing I find very interesting about the faders is it looks like a DJ mixer, but when you take the fader cap off of it, you know how it's got like that little bar that sticks up? Yeah, instead of having actual fader caps on it, we're just gonna have that bar sticking up with a little cover on it so people don't hurt themselves. So I'm not just gonna dunk on this thing. In some ways, I do think it is kind of cool, but I also think it's very expensive too for what it is. Especially when you compare it to that motorized controller that we were looking at like a week or so, Roto Control. So they're calling this thing a cutting-edge multifunctional MIDI computer that transforms your music production experience. Okay. All right. Designed for musicians who seek precision and flexibility. Designed for musicians with money. So they claim it offers seamless integration with all DAWs and hardware devices. It has customizable presets and an intuitive interface. Okay, well, they're saying it's an endless library of presets. Yeah, very skeptical already. Endless. Each preset offering 8 banks, 8 sliders, and 8 buttons per bank. That's a whole lot of control. You can record MIDI automations, set delay times for slider movements, send notes and LFOs, and adjust various parameters directly within the device. I mean, I feel like at this price, it should hopefully be motorized. I don't think it is motorized though. But it does have a computer screen. Wow. You can also connect other devices like gamepads, keyboards, the Monom grid, or any MIDI device you fancy. Good news, we got something for you, gamers. You! So we actually have an interesting update here regarding AI with creative work. I know you guys are sick of talking about AI, but this is actually important stuff, believe it or not. I know, we actually have important stuff here. Wow, I know, surprising, shocking, yeah, I know. So basically the US Copyright Office has declared that AI-generated content can be copyrighted, but a human must contribute or edit it. Now, the terms they've stated this under are pretty subjective, so let's get into that. So they actually released a new document called Copyright and Artificial Intelligence Part 2, Copyrightability. And it confirms that human creativity remains central to copyright law and IP rights, even as AI tools become more widely used in artistic and commercial creation. This should give people reassurance that their brands will remain protected. They've also stated a third section will be released in the future to address legal implications of training AI on copyrighted content. I mean, just based off of this right here, I already kind of know which direction they're going to take this. I think it's pretty obvious. It's not looking good for AI bros, let me say that. So the Copyright Office has outlined 3 scenarios where AI-generated material can apply for and receive an official certificate of copyright from the office. When human authored content is incorporated into the AI output. When a human significantly modifies or arranges the AI-generated material. And 3, when the human contribution is sufficiently expressive and creative. They've also stated that using AI in the creative process does not disqualify a work from copyright protection, as AI can help with editing and refining text, images, and music, generating drafts, or acting as a creative assistant. As long as human authorship remains a core part of the final work, copyright protection can still apply. However, merely providing text prompts to an AI system is not enough to establish authorship. The Copyright Office determined that prompts are generally instructions or ideas rather than expressive contributions, which are required for copyright protection. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but this is for the US, the United States, okay? It's okay. I'm not sure how the rest of the world is going to handle it yet. We may see a lot of AI AI bros moving to other countries in the near future. Personally, I'm celebrating this because I do think just prompting something is not creative. I do think AI can be useful to help with tedious tasks. And yeah, this is actually the change I wanted to see. I'm looking forward to part 3. I don't think it's gonna go poorly. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this. If you're an AI bro, make sure to leave a dislike and cry about it in the comments. Our next story here. Did you know that Taylor Swift is helping destroy the environment? We all technically are. A little bit by streaming music, apparently. So get ready for this one. This is a report coming from Utilities Now. And they've basically determined Taylor Swift is harming the environment with her streaming more than any other artist. But it's basically based on how many plays you get. So, Drake is next in line. The streaming done on Taylor Swift's music is equivalent to 140,000 round-trip flights from New York to London. And it's also equivalent to the 20,000 households being powered. And it's also equivalent to nearly 6 million trees needed to absorb the CO2 emissions. So long story short, if you really care about the environment, I'm not gonna lie, I don't care that much, then you will take your music off of streaming platforms. Let us destroy the environment instead. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. It helps the videos perform better, and I'm hoping to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I should have another news video up very soon. There's actually quite a bit more news I need to cover, and I want to get this video out as soon as possible.